next let's make some text. So we're going to go to Shift A, do text, and it's really tiny. Just scale it up really big. Let's do like 15, maybe 20. There we go, that's good. And then so now we've got text here. We'll hit tab and then just type whatever you want. I'm going to do just a short word, just truth. And then instead, usually when we do text, we go into geometry and we add extrude. But I've been trying a new method where I go into the modifiers and instead do solidify. And we want to do high. Well, let's just stretch it out here. Sometimes some wonky stuff will happen. But let's do maybe like 2. Yeah, that's good. And sometimes you have to, if you get like some weird artifacts, usually it's around the T. This one looks pretty good. But sometimes you'll get some really strange artifacts. You can do like even thickness or high quality normals, and that will help as well. So that looks pretty good. We'll keep that there. Let's bring back everything. And what we need to do now is kind of arc the truth, like bend it around so it fits really nice and snug in this curve of our base. So to do that, we're going to do a new curve, and we're just going to do a circle. And let's call this something. Let's call it like, this will be called truth text. And this is our letters curve, we'll call it. So we'll go to truth, and then all we're going to do is add a new modifier called curve. And from the curve, we need to tell this modifier what it's looking for. What curve do we want to curve the truth around? And we will tell it the letters curve. And then there you go. You see it's very messed up and something weird going on here. And that's because the letters curve is so small. So let's just scale that up. So just click on letters curve and then hit tab to go into edit mode and just scale that up until we get kind of a nice curvature. I'm going to bring everything back here. So what we're doing is trying to just fit that inside this curvature in this little pie shape. It's kind of like the 1/4 of the base. So right now it's way too big. So let's see if we can scale down truth a little bit. That looks a little bit better. And let's increase the curve. I'm just scaling that up. Looks pretty good. And now I'm just grabbing it and kind of moving it around. I want it just right on the edge there. There. So now we've got truth on our thing. And the cool thing about this, you can always go back and, if you wanted to put yes, that could show up there. You could do maybe, maybe it will show up anytime you tab back and forth. But we're just going to do truth. And we are going to lock this down. So we want truth there. Let's look at the top view. That looks pretty good. And sometimes I like to change to a different view just to give me some more depth and texture here. And let's scale that up just a little bit. And let's go to the side and look at the wireframe version. I just want to see, I want the letters to be almost as tall or as as big as the base, the top of the base here. So let's make this a little bit thicker, to like 3 millimeters. Yeah, that's good. And we'll scale it, or just grab it and roll it up. There. I'm happy with that. There we go. We've got some truth there. Just kind of center it to your liking. And now we can duplicate that. And then drag it around to the other side. Boom. So now we got truth and truth. So now let's just duplicate that again. And for this one, I'm going to call this one dare, because this is our dare letters. And then we'll just go to our top view, grab that. Bring it around here. Looks pretty good. Hit tab. And then we'll like dare. And there you go. Just kind of position those where you want. It is kind of strange to like forward is backwards and backwards is forward kind of a thing. There we go. And then we can hit Shift D and just bring it on over to this side. All right. So now we've got truth or dare, truth or dare, truth or dare all over the place. That is great. And what we can do is kind of group these all together because we are going to eventually collapse these, but it'd be nice to have it so if we ever wanted to make changes or a client ever wanted us to make some changes, we could easily do that. Let's make a new collection. And we'll call these custom words. And we'll just bring all those in here and connect that to the base. If it'll let us. Doesn't look like that will do. Okay, that's fine. But what we will do is duplicate all that. Let's do Shift D. Bring that back into our flexible design here. Nice. Okay. And what we can do is just take these, hit F3 and do convert. And convert curve mesh from curve. And there we go. See how they all turn to little triangles here? Now we can turn off our custom words and start adding these letters to our base.